Okay. Y'all ready to do this? Oh, I don't even have my dice out. What am I doing?
Oh my gosh, I don't either.
Everybody get your dice out.
Well, I don't even know where mine are. I haven't touched them since I moved.
Y'all, it's been a month since we recorded the last episode, everyone that's listening, so we are a little out of practice. My dice are not organized.
So if Daniel's got to
hold on. I have to stop and think about where they could be right now.
So,
I honestly have no idea where I put them.
I love hearing Daniel just rummage through.
Yeah.
Rachel, what are you doing? What was that?
That's the rubber chicken that I got for him for Christmas.
We're from worlds unknown. Our stories untold. Roll away the dice. We'll vanquish the darkness. See the fear in its eyes. Unlocking the magic. Just take my hand. We hold the keys to the kingdom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Keys to the Kingdom Origins. We are on episode 6, and it has been a month since we actually recorded, so you're going to have to bear with us a little bit as we remember everything that's happened so far.
Our dice are very rusty.
Yes, they are. Dusty and rusty. Let's jump into this. You guys
So
ready?
we're in the woods on this in a wagon or something, or are we walking?
Right now, you are still in the woods.
Okay.
You have a small clearing to walk through, and then another pretty thick wooded area to walk through before you get to King Georgetown.
Gotcha.
Robin,
We're not out of the woods
who's not... somebody made that joke like 2 episodes ago.
Did we?
That would be me.
Yes.
Same wavelength.
Listen, it's
Yes.
been like a month
There you
and
go.
a half. I don't remember.
We can reuse jokes, right? We can. Those are fair game again.
Yes, they are. Grak, do you wake up before 6?
I think Grok probably wakes up around 6. Maybe a little before 6.
Okay. Sylvester?
I'll probably be up around that time too then, just because, like I said, I feel like a gargoyle wouldn't need much sleep.
Yeah.
So I'll be up around
Okay.
before then, yeah.
Tricks?
Nope.
No. Sammy?
No.
Okay, definitely not.
Hard
All right.
is tired.
So,
Grok wakes up at like 5:53 and looks
Okay.
up at the sky and just goes, no, it's not 6 yet.
he pulls out a sundial out of his
I hate it when
pocket.
that happens.
Okay, so you guys, Grok, you wake up. You guys were sleeping in an alcove carved into this large tree. Grok, you wake up. Robin is up at the top, still sitting by that stone pit, and he's sharpening some arrows. And Skippy is up, and like their whole crew is already awake. The sun is just starting to rise. Sylvester is also awake, but you guys are in different parts of the tree. Little John is not awake yet, but everyone else is.
Good man.
So at 6 o'clock, are you going to go up to the top of the tree, Grok, Sylvester?
Is there like a kitchen breakfast here, something?
You can go up and ask Robin.
Yeah, so Grok will, I guess he'll kind of like slowly get out of bed, kind of wiping his eyes and head up that way.
Okay, Sylvester, do you see him wake up since you're getting up before 6 as well?
Sylvester would probably like maybe walk over to like the edge of the tree, just like hang his feet off and kind of kick his legs, just watching the sun come up. But if you heard someone moving, you'd probably like follow him just because, well, might as well.
So we're like inside the tree. It's been hollowed out.
Yes, the
Okay,
center of the
gotcha.
tree has been hollowed out. Yes. So you walk up to the top and you see Robin is sitting by the stone pit, sharpening some arrows. Sis is up there as well, and she has a basket full of berries.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Strawberries, blueberries, like just an assortment of berries that she went and found in the woods. And Robin turns and looks at you and says, "Oh, Grok, you're up early." Well, I not a morning person, I see.
He's not an anything person.
Okay. You know him better than I do, Sylvester. He kind of stands up and he says, "Well, Sis has just finished gathering some food for our journey to the east. So let's wake everybody else up. And Skippy kind of chuckles, and he turns to Sylvester and he says, "Hey, come with me."
Okay.
And he starts running down the spiral staircase.
Wait, was he whispering that?
Not particularly. He was just
I
talking to you.
couldn't tell if that was his voice or if he was whispering. No, I
No.
thought him.
While
Okay, so he-
Grok walks over to the basket of berries, just like sticks his hand in and just starts eating.
And Sis just kind of looks up at you. She has this huge pink bow, and she looks up at you with just
Monster.
daggers. She's just staring daggers right into your soul.
He gets like a mouthful of berries and is like chewing, and then notices and kind of stops for a second and just slowly chews what's in his mouth and backs up.
Okay, so Skippy runs down to where Little John is sleeping, and he's just in a hammock, and he says, "Okay, Sylvester, listen very closely.
Yes.
Shh, be
Yes.
quiet.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I need you
Kinda rude.
to blow your bagpipes really loud."
Nobody has ever asked me that in the history of my life.
Well, I'm asking you right now. Let's do it. And Sylvester, he
already got
kind of motions over to Little John's ear.
I've already got like the little reed in my mouth, and I'm ready.
This
I
is going to
waddle
go
over.
real well.
All right, so you creep up real slow. Make a stealth check for me.
Right, die. I need those.
Yes, you do.
Are you wearing your armor by any chance? In case
Did you
he
sleep in your
lashes
armor?
out at you.
He doesn't even have armor. He just has
armor.
overalls.
This is true.
I am armor. Oh.
Oh boy.
Well, say goodbye to Sylvester. I rolled a 7.
Okay, let me roll a perception to contest it. What is Little John's perception? -2. So he has a 4. So
I thought
you
4 before you
stealthily,
said it.
Wow.
you stealthily walk over to his ear and. Are you gonna blow
I
the
would
bagpipes?
imagine instead of like him being stealthy, there's like the floorboard is constantly creaking with like every step, and he like freezes for a second and looks at him, and nothing. Just
Yeah.
takes another step.
Yeah.
Like that episode in SpongeBob.
Sylvester, are you gonna blow those bagpipes?
I'm going to take a wide stance, fully spread
Okay.
apart. I'm gonna arch
Okay.
my back a little bit.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for it, like Epic Sax guy in the 10-hour version.
Okay. So you take a full breath and you just let out the screechiest bagpipes that anyone has ever heard, and wide shot to the outside of the tree, and you just see birds fly, and you hear Little John out of his sleep give like the weirdest roar you've ever heard.
I very quickly
but it's
throw the
also
bagpipes to Skippy.
Okay. It's also almost equally as loud as the bagpipes. He lets out this huge roar, and he flips over and falls out of the hammock, and he looks up and he sees Skippy with the bagpipes,
I'm just
and Skippy
pointing at
just says, it wasn't, and Little John says, Skippy, and Skippy takes off running up the stairs all the way up to the very top, and
Jeez,
Little
that
John
guy.
follows after him.
Now get him! No, oh, that troublemaker! I was sleeping. I was so much sleeping doing me. I was sleeping.
Tricks and Sammy, that is your alarm clock to wake up. So you guys are also awake. We're just going to flash forward about 10 minutes. Everybody's up on top of the tree, and Robin is talking to you guys, and he's basically gives you the rundown, pulls out a map of the woods, and tells you exactly where you guys are walking to. Very brief, packs up some bags, packs up some stuff, and you guys walk down the stairs and out a very inconspicuous door that is almost intentionally carved out of this tree. But if you were from the outside, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's an entrance to this tree. So you guys all walk out of this and you start heading north to King Georgetown.
Is Merlin with us?
Merlin also woke up when the bagpipes sounded, and he kind of just spent the entire time that Robin was explaining everything to you. He just kind of spent it gathering his supplies as well. You didn't really see much of him in the morning, but when you guys set out to walk north to King Georgetown, he is with you.
Can I clarify something real quick?
Sure.
I would have liked to have gotten my bagpipes back from Skippy
Okay.
before we took
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
just
When
making
Skippy
sure.
takes off, he kind of drops them on the floor.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you have your bagpipes.
I just don't want to get down the road and you'd be like, oh, you left your bagpipes because you never got them from Skippy. I'm on.
It's like your bagpipes are now backpipes.
They're back.
Oh, gosh. How many of these are we going to do?
Pipes back. All right.
So you guys are headed through the woods. Merlin is kind of hanging a little bit farther from the group to kind of the right side of the group. Obviously, Robin is taking the charge up in the front. Little John's taking the charge in the back. He now has a very large hand axe that if even Sylvester was holding it, it would be almost the size of a maul. But he's just holding it with one hand. And he's leading up the back, and he has a small circular shield in his left hand as you guys are walking. Robin has his bow in his hand, but he doesn't have an arrow in his hand. He has it quivered. So you guys are walking north. So now is the time if you guys want to ask any questions or interact with these characters, feel free to do so, because this walk, I could skip forward to King Georgetown if you want to, but I know that some of you might have some questions for some people.
Yes.
Are there any bathrooms along the way?
Who are you referencing this question to?
I'm just shouting it out loud.
Okay, Skippy. As you're walking, he's kind of hopping a little bit behind you, and he says, Sylvester, we're in the woods, so everywhere.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just curious. I don't really need to use the bathroom. I'm stoned. It's not my thing.
You can do that if you want to.
No,
it's not
I literally cannot.
Oh wow. I am so sorry.
What? No, it's a blessing. I'm sorry for you.
All right, so you guys are still walking. It's gonna take about an hour, 2 hours to walk to King Georgetown. So you guys left at around 6:30. So ETA is about 8:30.
Okay. Grok is gonna fall back a little bit and try and get closer to Merlin.
Okay.
He's gonna kind of walk with him for a minute, kind of look around.
Okay, he's just walking. He has his staff of fire on his right shoulder, and he is kind of looking at a spell book in his left hand as he's walking. Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. You kind of scared me. I was not expecting. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Kinda hard to walk while you're reading the book, huh?
No, it's a spell I'm working on. It's like a third eye thing, so I can see just fine.
Pauses for a minute, then he kind of coughs.
So seems like your mouse friend isn't with us at the moment again.
And he says, my what?
Your friend, the mouse.
Tricks is a dog. Is that she's not a mouse, she's a dog, but she's right there. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Huh?
And he says, nothing. Grok wanted to talk to you.
No, definitely wanted to talk to you. Look, you don't have to play coy with me.
And he
up there in the wishing well. You fled out the window. There was a friend of yours with you. It was a mouse wearing red pants down the zip line.
Yeah, I remember going down the zip
him.
line. What? I don't know what you're talking about. There's no mouse here.
Grok
definitely
narrows his eyes. He's like
no.
now glaring at Merlin, like trying to figure out what his deal is. Can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah, go for it.
That's 19 plus 1 is 20.
Okay. Yeah, you know something's up.
Yeah.
Very, very, very obviously something's up. He's definitely lying about this mouse friend.
I mean, I kind of
This
already
situation
knew that anyway.
Yeah. So he did roll a 23. What was yours? 21?
20, just 20.
20. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely lying. And you did perception, right? Or insight.
Yeah.
Okay. You noticed that the page that he is on in his book is a spell about keeping up disguised self.
Ooh. I got chills.
Okay.
So the spell in his book is about maintaining disguised self.
Gotcha.
And that is what I will give you with that.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think me as a player has some kind of idea of what might be going on here. I don't know if Grok would. So here he's gonna stare at Merlin for like a full minute as they're walking along.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. 8 plus 3. That's 11.
Yeah. So Merlin, as he looks back down at this book, and you're just kind of staring at him as you're walking, and he quickly says, "Oh, watch out!" And you walk straight into a tree.
Watch out for
And
that.
he just keeps walking
Great.
right by.
Rubs his head and he kind of runs to catch up.
Okay, look, I don't know what game you're playing here, but if we're gonna trust each other, we're gonna have to be honest.
He says, "I don't have anything to lie about. I'm just going to King Georgetown. Hopefully I can help you guys out once we get there."
Right.
Right. And about that time, Robin calls out to you, Grok, and says, "Grok, can you can I talk to you for just a moment?"
Sure.
And he looks back over to Merlin. He says,
We're not done here.
and goes to see what Robin wants.
So Robin says, "Grok, there may be an issue once we get up to King Georgetown."
There may be an issue right now.
How do you mean?
I mean, this Merlin fella over there, he's hiding something.
Aren't we all, my friend?
Ooh, got him.
Suppose that's true.
I yelled that from the back.
He says, "Well, we have an issue. I am not the most welcome in King Georgetown. There is a very high possibility that I will not be able to accompany you all into," and he's talking loud enough for everyone to hear. He says, "There's a large possibility that I will not be able to accompany your party into the actual city, but I can lead you up to, the break of the trees. Once you all get in, remember that you are looking for the King's Mark upside down. I am not entirely sure what that means. The King's Mark is everywhere in that city, but I don't know exactly what that is. So make sure you
know
keep
what the King's Mark is. Like, is that a common thing?
the King's Mark specifically, because I know that Grok has definitely been to the port in King Georgetown.
Okay.
So the King's Mark is basically back before the evil Empress took over, there was a king, and this city is the only city that has maintained loyalty to the previous king.
Oh, interesting.
And so they have banners hanging from almost every building that is a crimson red with a gold, almost embroidered crown.
Okay.
So yes, you know what that is, and I feel like everyone except for maybe Tricks would know about the King's Mark.
Okay.
But he is very adamant on letting you know that he does not know what the King's Mark upside down means.
Yeah.
That he is not familiar with that, insignia. But basically, he is not going to be able to go into the town with you guys. Okay. Does anybody else have any more questions?
Where are you gonna go?
I'm just going to wait outside the city.
Oh.
I'll be here for you if you get into a pinch, but
Suppose Sylvester here can just blow his bagpipes if we need you.
it seems to be a proven battle strategy.
And if I can't find my bagpipes, I'll just scream really loud. You'll know what it sounds like.
All right, I don't doubt that.
Like an angel.
Oh,
An angel
yes.
is what it sounds like.
I do doubt that.
Okay, and he looks over at Sammy and he says, "Excuse me, Samantha.
Yes, sir.
I have something for you."
For me?
Yes, ma'am. Are you gonna walk up to where they are, kind of in the front of the pack?
Oh, yeah, I have to move, don't I?
It's like in a video game where there's like an NPC that says, "Here, take this," and they just stand there with their arm out forever until you walk up and interact with them.
I forget I
swipe your
have
arm
to
out, like,
like
5 feet
make
to
her
the right.
move. Okay, yeah, Sammy's gonna She's gonna take her time and walk up there.
Okay.
And she makes it.
So dramatic.
He says, Samantha, I have this for you. And he reaches down and he unclips the pouch on his side and he takes out a pair of glasses and he holds them out toward you, Sammy.
This is the same glasses he stole from
Mark Hill and Gravespire.
Yes. Mark killing it.
I'm pretty sure someone made that joke as well.
Oh, it's been a month.
probably
We can
Daniel.
reuse them.
It's been a month. Yeah, okay. Okay.
I look at the glasses and then I look at Robin and I say, what are these for?
He says, well, these are very special glasses. They're not regular glasses, but it takes a very powerful magic user to be able to use them. I figured since you were a genie, they would work for you. And he again holds them out towards you.
Okay. Sammy's excited, so she's gonna take them. Well, thank you very much.
And he says, be very careful with those. They tend to show you what you need to see and not what's in front of you.
So I don't need to wear them.
You can if you want to, but you're going to have to really focus in order for them to work.
Okay.
Okay, so game terms here. So the glasses that he just gave you are bestowed with the magic of true sight. So if you put these on, basically it gives you, once per long rest, you will be able to focus and you will be able to use the spell True Sight. This spell gives the willing creature the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has True Sight, notices secret doors, hidden magic, and can even see into the ethereal plane to the range of 120 feet.
Oh, wow.
Look harder.
Yeah. So you can use that once per long rest. It's a magical item that basically makes it so you can not be deceived if you roll high enough. Since it is an item, I'm going to make you roll for it and not just be able to cast it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, cool.
So anybody else want to converse with anybody else?
Nah, but when he gives her those glasses, she pulled those out. I'm gonna pull out my sunglasses and put them on, which I want to clarify. They are just like little like wooden whittled things, and it's just like black paper, something stuck to the front of it. They're not actual sunglasses.
You
Okay.
can't actually see when you're wearing them.
So you're obscuring your own sight by putting them on.
Yes.
Yeah, but I look darn good.
Yeah. If nobody has anything else, we're going to skip forward about 2 hours. So you guys are on the edge of the city, and it's a fairly large, what's the word? Turn of the century, gosh, what's the word?
Victorian?
There's a word for it. Victorian, thank you. It's almost a turn of the century Victorian village.
I got you.
In the middle of this clearing. So you are, and the buildings go almost right up to the tree line. So you're at the edge of this village, and Robin says, "Well, this is where I'm going to have to leave you guys. All right. If you need me again, Sylvester, just blow the bagpipes, and we will rush in and deal with the repercussions of me being in this town a little bit later on. But we will be here waiting for you."
Will do, Buckaroo.
All right. And he kind of points down the street that's directly in front of you, and he says, if you go down this street, you'll find the shopping district. Pretty much anyone that you'll need to talk to will be down there. So best of luck to you.
And best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
I appreciate
sir.
that.
I appreciate it.
I guess we can walk into the town. Grok's not too concerned about danger because he knows this is like one of the last bastions that is not under the control of the Empress.
Yes.
And should be fairly friendly toward them. So he's not super concerned about trying to preserve their identity.
Secrecy.
Or,
Yeah.
I'm just following Grok.
Yep.
Okay.
The tower.
So you guys walk into this town, and it's around 8:30 a.m. and the town is alive. There's street vendors selling different wares and different fruits and vegetables and a bunch of different shops, but there are specifically shops that are boarded up, which is very strange for this kind of town. There are a number of shops on this in this main shopping district that are boarded up and completely closed. In this little town, there's and Grox, you have been here before, so you are kind of aware of the layout of this town.
Yeah. I don't know how much he would have gone in and around. He's probably spent most of his time like just at the port, like unloading and cargo and stuff. But he would have probably gone into like a tavern or something if there was one nearby.
Yes, there is. So we'll say you're walking down the main street of this town. There's shops on your left and your right. You go about 70 feet, and then there's an opening, another street going to the left. And this if we're talking cardinal directions, you guys are technically facing east, is going down the street.
So heading towards the coast.
So heading toward the coast north is where this this other street intersects with it, almost like a T, like a sideways T.
Gotcha.
At the head of, if you were to stand right at the center of the T and look down the street, you would see the tavern that is right. It's right at the edge of the thing, and then to the left and the right of the tavern, there are pathways going down to the seaside. To the left is where the port is, and to the right is where it's almost just like a beach.
Okay. As they're walking along the street, Grok is like looking at every sign on every building, looking for like an upside down shield.
Okay. So yeah, there's signage on the buildings. The most obvious of which are these large, ornately sewn tapestries of the King's Mark, which is a golden crown on a crimson flag, on a crimson banner, and it's hanging from almost every single building. So
needle in a haystack.
Yes.
While we're walking, then I'm gonna say,
Hey, wait a second, guys! I got an idea.
and I'm gonna do a headstand, and I'm gonna point and say,
Look, there it is. I found it.
My gosh.
Grok just rolls his eyes and keeps walking.
yeah. But when I point, I fall over because I'm not strong enough to do a one-handed handstand.
Perfect.
Okay.
Tricks laughs.
Sylvester will remember that.
Can I go? What's there to explore here? Is there anywhere we can go?
Okay. So the tavern, it's called the Aquatic Point. So that's the tavern that's directly in front of you guys.
That's not a pun.
It is not.
I'm disappointed.
But directly behind you at the kind of the corner of the T is a shop that has sewing needles and thread on it, and it's called So What? SEW.
That's pretty good.
So good.
There it is.
You've redeemed yourself.
You're on thin ice, though. Be careful.
There, if you're walking down this street to the right, there is a building called Spells and Quells. And they basically just have spell books and like wizard staffs and stuff like that. And then there is a alleyway right past Spells and Quells. On the other side of the alleyway, there is a building that is completely boarded up. There's just like wood planks going across the entire building, across the front door. Across the street from that, kind of a mercenary guild. And again, that one has all the tapestries, draped across it, and it's very ornate. If you were to go down the alleyway between the boarded up building and Spells and Quells, there is another shop called the Kinetic Quadrant, and it's kind of in this alleyway. If you go down the alleyway, turn right, it leads out to the other side of the street. Those are the only buildings that are actually open right now.
Okay.
Is the Kinetic Quadrant, the Aquatic Point, which is the tavern, Spells and Quells, So What? And then if you go left down Spells and Quells, you go to the harbor, and then there's the harbor port down there.
Could I roll? I don't know. I'm not sure what the most appropriate roll for this would be. Maybe history to see if I can remember something. When I was here, was it like this boarded up and like weird?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. Let's see. 6.
Last time you were here, you were just at the port.
Yeah,
You don't entirely remember.
Okay.
But that is what this part of the town. There's a lot of residential buildings. There's a lot of housing and all this stuff on the outside, as well as some farmland. You are on the main street right now.
Okay.
You guys, let me know which building you want to explore.
So
so many
Sylvester's very curious about the boarded up building, so he would probably want to head to the Mercenary Guild and
the Mercenaries Guild is across the street from the boarded up building.
Yeah,
The guild building, the gilding, if you will.
Yes.
But I also
What were you saying,
Portmanteau.
Noah?
I imagine everybody else would want to like
I mean, you guys can split up. You, by all means, do not have to stick together, and we can kind of just jump back and forth.
Yeah, but I feel like Sylvester wouldn't just say, like, well, I'm going to go do this. You know, he'd probably wait to see, like, what other people are saying and then say, like, I'm going to go do this. It's not like I want to speak out.
I mean, you guys could make a plan to split up and look for this King's Mark if you wanted to.
In Grok's mind... Okay, well, hold on.
In my mind, I think we should be looking for some kind of armory. That's probably the best spot to find a shield.
Oh, well, I was going to go check at the Mercenary Guild and see what's up with that building across the way. With all the little wood on it.
Suppose you could do that.
All right.
Could be a shield at a mercenary guild, I suppose.
Oh, I'm not checking the Mercenary Guild. I want to know about the boarded up building.
Is the Mercenary Guild is not the one that's boarded up?
No, it's across the street.
Oh, okay, yes.
So you are at the kind of the point next to So What?
So if Sylvester wants to go investigate the boarded up building, Grok would probably walk over there, but he's more interested in the guild, I think.
Well, I'm going into the guild first is what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
Sammy and Tricks, what are you guys doing? You have been awfully silent.
What's the spell place called?
The spell place is called Spells and Quells.
Yep, that's where I'll go.
You know what? Trix is probably gonna go with Sammy again.
Okay.
yeah, boys.
Turned out well last time.
Yeah. And again, there are like people walking down the street and, you know, talking to each other and having a good old merry time. So let's follow
Wearing
Sylvester.
powdered wigs and monocles.
Yes. Yes. Let's follow
Petticoats.
Sylvester and Grok. So you guys walk to the left and up this flight of stairs, this very small flight of stairs. It kind of has a porch on the front of this building, and it's again the tapestries are just very ornate. And are you just walking in?
Well, are they double doors? Or is it like
No, it's just a single door.
Is it like a swinging door, or is it like there's a doorknob, a door handle?
There's a doorknob. It's a regular door.
I'm asking this for a very specific purpose. Is it a push or a pull?
Oh, gosh.
It doesn't matter. You just open the door.
Okay, I'm gonna kick open the door, and I'm gonna.
Okay, it does have a knob though, so
He just kicked the door. And there's a loud thump.
you really want to try to kick open the door?
Back a few feet to distance himself from Sylvester, so he's not associated.
Okay.
Are you really going to try to kick open the door? Because it's going to take its strength check.
You're probably
you know
going to
what?
break it off its hinges.
All right, roll it. Strength
Grok
check. Go for
backs
it.
away several feet
Okay.
All right.
and looks everywhere except at the guild building.
A 2.
What'd you roll?
A 2.
A 2. Okay, yeah. You kick this door, and the door obviously does not move, but it hurts really bad.
Okay. I'm gonna then.
I'm not going to let you make you take any damage, but it hurts.
Okay. I'm
was
gonna put on a
hoping you'd
very
roll a
confident
2.
face like that didn't
It's just a
happen.
doom.
And I'm gonna turn the knob and just swing the door open, and I'm gonna walk in with my chest up high, and I'm gonna say,
Okay.
I'll have the mutton, please.
You'll have the what?
The mutton.
The money?
The mutton.
Mutton.
Mutton?
Mutton.
Oh,
Is it me?
mutton.
Yeah.
The
He
mutton.
said, "Mum."
The mutton's the
Okay,
word.
so you kick open this door, and there's about 20 very burly men and women in this building, and they all kind of turn and look at you. And
Grok is not walking in yet, by the way.
yeah, you're back a good bit.
Okay.
And they all turn and look at you, and there's a small desk at the front, and there's a dwarf standing there with this. They all have the same armor. It's the same crimson red, and on the center of the chest it has a crown. And the dwarf looks at you and he says, "Can I help you with something?"
Oh, sorry. I thought this was ye old McDonald's. I'm in the wrong building. Hey, why?
And he's gonna walk up to you and he's gonna grab onto your overalls and he's gonna say, "The mutton is for guild members only."
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I don't actually eat food anyways. It's more of a delicacy with me. I was gonna ask about that building across the street with all the little boards on it. What's all that about?
That was the evil empress's attempt to take over this town. Left it in shambles, but we defended it. There's it got burned down. It was our restaurant, but it got burned down a long time ago.
Oh, that's why I got the mutton vibes from this area. Okay. So
I understand now. Yeah.
why is it all boarded up? People not allowed in there?
Well, it's just kind of a structural integrity thing. The old professor actually told us that he did a check on it, and he said that if anybody went in there, it's liable to just crumble and fall.
Oh, okay. But it's not punishable by death, per se.
No. If you want to go in there, I'm sure you could, but it's not... I wouldn't suggest it.
Okay, well, that's all I want to know. Anyways, my friend's gonna walk in. We know each other now. Goodbye.
Okay.
And as I walk out, I'm gonna say,
They're all yours.
Well, while they've been having this conversation, Grok has been like walking around the guild building, just kind of looking for a shield, like an upside down shield anywhere.
Okay.
Just examining everything around the building.
Yes. If you go to the left, there's a very small alleyway that just has some crates and stuff in it. And then there's almost a fence at the end of that alleyway and drop off about 30 feet down to another almost just open area to the right. You can see the port building. And then the docks are to the right, but there's really nothing down this alleyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that just the one alleyway?
If you went around to the right, you'd be on the path going down to the port.
Gotcha.
And again, it's just kind of on a hill.
Yeah, so it doesn't, no shields.
No.
Okay, so Grok's gonna kind of walk around then and go into the building.
and I will say real quick,
Okay.
like you can take care of them first. Whenever you finish everybody else, I did want to look at the boarded up building a little bit closer.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
So Grok's gonna walk inside.
Okay.
And just kind of
Dwarf is still standing there, very confused, kind of scratching his head, like, what?
You're
What just
gonna see the
happened?
dwarf.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could find some fine pieces of armor or weaponry around here, would you? You seem like well-suited mercenaries.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Were you with that? Was he a gargoyle?
Who?
Anyway, there's a guy in here just a second ago, and he was asking about the town. But I told him, the evil queen attacked, and a lot of our buildings ended up burned. The armory was actually just next door of here, and unfortunately, it got quenched. We're in the process of rebuilding, but for now, our weapons and armor here are all we have.
My condolences.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
How long ago was the attack?
At this point, he kind of looks over his shoulder and he says, "Guys, how long ago was that?" And everybody just kind of murmurs, and he's like, "Yeah. It's probably about 6 months."
It's fairly recent then.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Right.
the queen's always had it out for us because we don't agree with her on many levels.
Grok just kind of laughs. It's like,
I can understand. I'm in the same
Most people
position
can,
myself.
Yeah.
as he's talking, he's just kind of casually looking around the inside of the building, also still looking for an upside down shield.
Okay. So you were just looking around this building. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, he'd be like,
Fine establishment you've got here.
as he's like just
Oh,
looking
thank
around.
you. Thank you very much.
Ooh, that's a 17 plus 3 is 20.
Okay, perfect. So you're looking around. You do not see an upside down shield. There's no besides just the king's mark on the walls. There's no
Okay, and none of those are
specific
upside down
thing.
either?
Nope.
Okay.
None of the banners are upside down. But you do catch two people in the back corner, kind of giving you a side eye.
Interesting. Okay. That doesn't bode well.
I don't know. I think
They're
it's
paying
from-
very close attention to everything that you're doing.
I see. So Grok, he's just gonna play it off like he doesn't see them.
Okay.
Just still, looking around the building.
That's a nice little place. How long you guys been in business?
This town was established probably about 300 years ago. And the guild was established not long after that by the king actually himself, the former king.
Oh, that's
May he
nice.
rest in peace. Yeah, the king being dead is nice.
No, sorry, that came out wrong. Your business being around for so long.
Yes, we're a very well-established guild. We're actually taking applications if you care to apply.
Oh,
You seem
I
like you can
I might.
You can hold yourself in a fight.
A little busy at the moment. I'm trying to find some, like I said, some better arms and equipment.
Well, I would suggest going and visiting the professor. He's a very smart guy. I don't know if he makes armor or weapons per se, but smart dude.
Would you say he's in charge of the place for now?
I would. I mean, there hasn't been an official vote, but yeah, the professor's kind of the advisor over this whole town. We don't really have leadership at the moment per se, but he's definitely the go-to guy.
I might go pay him a visit then. I appreciate all your help.
Of course, and he kind of punches you on the shoulder and he says, "Well, let me know if you ever want to put in an application."
Will do. I might just come back later and take you up on that.
Wonderful. All right.
Before I go, don't look now, but there's a couple of people, and he kind of lowers his voice a little bit in that corner over there, giving me a weird look. You wouldn't happen to know anything about them, would ya?
He kind of turns over his shoulder and looks, and he says, "Sir, but sir, everyone in this building is an official guild member, and I'm sure you have nothing to worry about."
Okay, yeah, I'm sure you're right. It was a little strange to me, that's all. Caught me off guard. It's nothing to worry about, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only orcs that or half-orc, I apologize. The only half-orcs that we see are the ones that bring in shipments from the dock, so I guess they're just kind of curious.
Could be. All right, well, like I said, thanks for your help.
Of course.
Give him a little wave and leave.
And he closes the door behind you. Sammy and Tricks, you guys are going to Spells and Quells.
That's where we're headed.
All right, so you walk down the street, and the door is actually just wide open.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk in.
Okay.
Those tricks.
Is there anybody working?
There is a fairly young, you would guess probably 20, 25-year-old human man with a long black hair, and he's in very, very nice attire.
Okay. All right, Sammy's gonna walk over to him.
He's kind of rummaging through some stuff, and he's just talking to himself, saying, "Where is it? Man, I can't find it anywhere."
Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Hello?
Hi, what's your name?
Hi. I apologize. I've never seen you here before.
Oh, don't worry about that. I just want to know what your name is.
And he's kind of looking you up and down. He says, "Are you a genie?"
Well, yes, I am. I'm Sammy Jean, actually. It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, Sammy Jean.
Did I stutter?
My name is, he says, "My name is Daryl. Nice to meet you."
Oh,
he
well,
shakes your hand.
Hi, Daryl. I don't really like handshakes, but thank you.
Oh,
6
okay.
feet, sweetie.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. I am very sorry.
What you got selling here?
The finest spell books, tomes, whatever you would need. We don't actually sell clothing items. If you want that, you have to go to
I'm
just down the
interested
street.
in spells.
Clothing sales?
Spells.
Spells. Yes. We have some spell books and scrolls if you're interested.
Oh, how fantastic. Well, what kinds do you got?
What are you looking for?
Well, anything interesting?
Are you looking for spells to harm people or spells to, I mean, we have a clairvoyance spell that will kind of lead you in the right direction sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. I mean,
it leads you in the right direction, like if I'm searching for something?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something, but you'd have to know very, very specifically what you're looking for. He turns around and opens up this little chest and takes out a couple scrolls, and he finds the one that he's looking for, and it's a spell that a scroll that allows you to use the spell clairvoyance once. And he says, this is a very impressive spell. It's kind of hard to master, but it basically creates like an invisible line that you can follow. And it'll lead you to a destination, but you have to be very, very precise on what you're wanting to go to. It works as if it were in Skyrim. For up to a minute, you see a faint blue line that is taking you to wherever your heart is desiring you to go the most.
I get it. Okay.
We're gonna have some knowledgeable D&D player tweet at us like, "That's not how clairvoyance works."
This is my game.
Sammy is very interested. How much is that spell exactly?
For you, for a fine lady such as yourself, a genie nonetheless, I'd say about 25 gold pieces.
Well, considering I am searching for something pretty specific, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Okay, yeah, of course. Do you need a bag? No, it's a scroll. You don't need it. Okay, and he kind of holds the scroll out to you with his other hand palm up.
Sammy reaches her hand out and takes it.
He says, I need the 25 gold, please.
Right.
No deal.
Okay. 25, you said?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Sammy pays him.
Okay. Do you have 25 gold pieces?
Yes, yeah, I have 25.
Okay, so you give him the 25 gold, and he says, thank you very much. Are you interested in any kind of wands or staffs? Tricks, what are you doing at this point?
Tricks is just quietly looking all around, like, she's staying by Sammy, but she's, like, looking all around the room and, like, trying to look for an upside-down crown, an upside-down shield, like, anything that might resemble.
Gotcha. Do you want to roll to investigate?
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Fantastic. 7.
7, yeah. You do not see any kind of shield.
I'm too short.
Or crown upside down. You don't see anything like that.
Well, she's still looking.
Is it too much for Sammy to ask Daryl if he knows where an upside-down shield would be?
No, go for it.
Excuse me, Daryl. I have a question for you.
Oh, of course.
Well, you see, I am, me and my friends, we are looking for something specific. And
At that mention, Trix looks over at them and waves.
And he kind of like gets up on his toes and he sees you and he says, "Oh, hello there."
Hello. And she keeps looking.
Well, it's a good thing that you bought that scroll then. You can definitely use that scroll to do that thing, find that thing that you're looking for.
I'm just curious, are you from this town?
I am. I was born and raised right here.
Very cool.
Not literally like right here, but in the town in King George. Yeah, not literally like not in this building. No. Yes, but yeah. I understand.
Just curious if you've noticed an upside down shield anywhere, perhaps.
Like laying on the floor?
I mean anywhere, just an upside down shield in particular.
Oh. Not recently. I mean, we had a big war a couple months back, but there was shields kind of laying everywhere at that point. There was also people, but not anywhere recently.
Is that what happened to your hand?
My hand?
Your other hand?
What's wrong with my other hand?
Maybe I read something wrong.
Wait, what? What?
I thought.
Do you have access to the DM's notes?
No, because he made a comment about he reached out his other hand to hand me the scroll, so I didn't know if there was something wrong with your...
He had the scroll in his right hand, and he was handing it towards you, and he had his left hand out to take your money.
And his third hand, who was severely burned and
with his third hand. No,
I was concerned.
I was legitimately looking through my notes for this character, and I was like, where a third... Is there something wrong with his hand that I'd said and I didn't realize?
I did not catch that.
rude thing to say.
No, he does not have a third hand.
Oh, is that why you look like that?
right. Well,
So he's understandably very confused at this statement.
it must have been a different Daryl I was thinking of. Well, thank you for your time.
And he says, he says, well, I thank you for your business. Have a good day.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Bye.
And,
Okay.
just leave. I don't think I want to see
Okay,
Daryl again.
let's jump over to Sylvester. We're going to rewind time a little bit. Sylvester, you're walking over to this building.
Yes, yeah. It's like the
Okay.
how is it? What does it look like from the outside? Like, are the doors boarded up, or the windows boarded up? Like, or is it just like it's more like boards put in place.
The front door, yeah. Okay. The windows are all boarded up. The front door just has one piece of 2x4 going across it, kind of crudely hammered into the wall on either side of the door.
Okay.
I mean, you can look in through the windows and see inside, but
yeah. Is there somebody walking around nearby?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
There's
I'm
people.
just gonna kind of yell at the person real quick and say,
Hey, sir or madam,
Oh, what? Huh? Yeah, yes?
if I give you 5 gold, will you walk in there?
Sure.
No, never mind. It's too high a price. Forget it.
and then I'm just gonna turn back around.
Okay. And he keeps walking.
I didn't think that actually say yes. I don't want to give up my gold. I'm just gonna. You say I can peek into the windows.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I want to do that and just like see what I can see just by looking.
Okay. You look in through this window, and there are a lot of circular tables and chairs, but they're scorched. There's just fire marks going across this entire place, and all the walls are singed black. There's stairs going up to a second level, but it looks like half of the building on that side is kind of crumbled.
Gotcha.
So the stairs going up to the second level are basically useless.
Okay, is the door open or closed?
It's closed with the board in front of it. But I mean, you could easily get in.
Okay, I'm gonna go like open the door, and
Okay.
can I'd like to try to remove that board that's right there.
Okay.
Let me roll a strength. check
Roll
for
me just a straight up and down strength.
that. Okay. Does that mean I don't add anything to it?
You add your strength modifier.
Add your strength,
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's 0, so that doesn't matter. 10.
10. Yeah, sure. I mean, you just kind of pull the nails. You grab the right side of the wood and kind of pull it, and the nail gives loose because the structural damage on the wood that it's holding to is very bad, and you can just let it go and it'll swing.
Okay. I want to do that then, and then open the door. I don't want to walk all the way in because, like I said, it was dangerous. I just would kind of like step in the doorway, and
It immediately crumbles underneath you, and you fall to your death.
you're not the
You have a new character.
Okay.
You're gonna crumble. I just want to like.
And
look
just so
around.
you guys know, this building and the guild building are built on the side of almost a cliff face, going down about 30 feet.
Yeah.
So this building is definitely not one you want to be in for too long.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to go all the way in.
Okay.
Is it dark in there since everything's boarded up, or can I see enough?
It's dark, but where the stairs go up, the entire roof is kind of crumpled in, so you can there's light bleeding in through the roof. Yeah.
Okay, but
in the windows.
My vision isn't like obscured or anything. I can see perfectly well.
No.
Okay.
You can see perfectly well. Yeah.
I just want to look around and see if there's any kind of shield mark or anything in there, or king's crown, whatever I'm looking for.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Okay. Now remind me, do I add anything to that one?
Your investigation modifier.
Your investigation modifier.
Look.
You have a modifier for everything.
I'm having to look at my character sheet on my phone. I have a very small window I can look at everything through. It doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't matter.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. Yeah. You don't see anything again. It's everything is just fire damage everywhere, and it just looks like this place was burnt to a crisp.
Okay. Now I know you said my vision was obscured. If I cast a spell that lit the area up more, would that change? Would I be able to look again? Would that change anything?
Yeah, sure.
Did you say that board was complete? Like I could pull that off, or is it still like just hanging there?
You pulled the right side off, and it's just kind of hanging to the left side of the door frame.
Could I pull it completely off if I wanted to?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to pull it off and then cast light on that because it requires touch.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just kind of toss it in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And light everything up.
Okay. So you cast light on this board and it starts to kind of glow, and you toss it into the middle of the room, and it hits the ground with a thud. It kind of illuminates the room. You can go ahead and roll another investigation.
Freaking dang it! A 5.
A 5, yeah.
I've been rolling terribly.
So it hits the ground with a thud, and it kind of illuminates the room. But again, you don't see any crowns or shields or anything like that. It's just a large empty room.
All right, I'm just gonna say out loud,
Well, I'm convinced.
and I'm gonna turn back around and walk out, and I'm gonna head for.
Okay.
So what?
Okay. As you walk out, makes me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no! Where'd that go?
Oh
on.
boy.
I may need to re-roll this because I think it landed like in a bag sideways.
Cracked die.
Okay.
I need to add something to it. So 14.
What do you? 14. Oh man.
Did he
Okay,
need 15?
you throw this board and it hits the ground with a thud, and you kind of just brush it off and you don't see anything, so you turn around to walk out, and you feel you're about 2 feet inside this building, and you feel the entire building shift. Yeah, you kind of took a step in to throw this board. You go to kind of jump out of the door as this building crumbles and starts to fall, but you don't quite make it out in time because I set the dice roll at a 15. So you just missed. So I'm not going to give you the full damage. You're going to take 8 bludgeoning damage as you jump out of this door as the entire building crumples and falls off this cliff face.
That's nothing. I could do this 2 more times if I wanted to. I just might. I don't know. I might.
All right, so you kind of jump out of this this doorway as the building's starting to fall, and as you're just passing the doorway, the entire building shifts very quickly and hits you right in the side, and you go tumbling out of the front door onto the street, and you turn around to see the entire building kind of just fall off this cliff face.
This is amazing. It's like one of those scenes where it's just like out of a cartoon where like a character does something and just like chaos ensues and everyone's like dead silent, just staring at him.
And all the villagers that are standing in this area are just in shock and almost in horror that this entire building just went crumpling down to the beach.
I'm going to stand up, dust myself off, and say,
Well, geez, that wasn't the bathroom.
and then I'm just going to walk off like nothing happened.
And everyone is just kind of frozen. Let's jump back over to Grok. Grok, what are you doing? So you walk out of this guild building, and you see Sylvester walk into the building across the street.
Okay,
that's
so
where we're going to go
hasn't
from.
Crumbled yet? Okay, perfect.
It has not.
He's gonna walk over and look at the boarded up armory real quick before he's gonna try to go look for the professor after that.
So you walk out and turn to the right, and it's kind of the same thing. It's not as much structural damage as the other building, but it's still pretty bad off. A lot of the banners are kind of singed and kind of just half there.
Yeah.
And but you can easily get in just like Sylvester did.
So same sort of thing. He's gonna walk around the perimeter of the building and then peek into like a window or something, anywhere he can find like a way to look inside and just see if he finds any upside down shields or upside down symbols or whatever.
So you go around the left side of this building, and there's some planks that are kind of loose, and you can kind of move those out of the way and see into this building. And it looks like an armory. The walls are kind of lined with weapons that are all just scorched, and there are shields in there, but again, they're all very badly damaged. None of them are upside down. Some of them are on the floor, just kind of laying there, but there's nothing that immediately catches your attention.
Okay. He's not gonna try and go in then. I think his mind is he's gonna try and see if he can find the professor and see if maybe the professor might, because it seems like the professor might be a good ally and might know something about the town that could help them find where they need to go. So he would try to go see like if he can find Tricks and Sammy and let them know what he's gonna go do, and then head off to go look for the professor. Did the dwarf guy say like where the professor would be? Because he said to go talk to the professor. I don't remember if he said like where that would be.
I don't remember either, but the professor is in one of the only buildings that's labeled that you haven't been into.
Okay.
Keep exploring.
There's an HP, an SW, and a KQ.
There's AP, which is the pub.
Yes.
There's So What, and then there's the kinetic quadrant, which is at the top. in that alleyway.
Okay. He'd probably want to go to the kinetic quadrant then. That seems like maybe the most likely place. I don't know what that is.
I'm curious about that.
But yeah.
Okay. So you look in this building, you don't see anything of interest, and you start to walk back down. At the same time, Sammy and Tricks kind of walk out of Spells and Quells, and you kind of meet up in the middle of the street. Right when you meet up in the middle of the street, you feel the ground shake. You both turn and look at this building that is very badly off, and you turn around just in time to see Sylvester dive out of this building and get hit by debris on the way out, and this building crumble off the side of the cliff.
Grok winces and kind of rubs his head and says,
I'm going to the kinetic quadrant. I'm going to move fast. Don't want anyone to associate me with that bozo.
And he's going to kind of run around like the south side of Spells and Quells away from Sylvester to try and go like around the long way to the kinetic quadrant.
Okay, perfect. Sammy, Tricks, what are you guys doing?
Tricks follows Grok.
Okay.
Sammy's gonna go check on Sylvester.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Somebody. Our party member just threw himself out of a falling building. Oh, let me disassociate real quick. No. Maybe he needs some help.
No, you can help yourself.
I'm really glad we don't live in the same city anymore, because if I was ever hurt, I know what to do now.
Okay, so Grok walks up the street around to the other way and around to the backside of Spells and Quells. Sammy, you run over to Sylvester as Sylvester stands up and brushes himself off and starts to limp back towards Spells and Quells and kind of meets you in the middle where the alleyway used to be.
I can heal him. He only has 8 damage.
You can ask him.
Are you okay, Sylvester? That was a pretty
I'm missing
hard.
8 points of damage.
Oh my gosh. I hate everything. Come on.
Sorry, hold
Well, mostly just my pride is hurt. I really hope the symbol wasn't in there. But yeah, I'm okay. I've been worse.
Do you want me to heal you?
Oh no. Time heals all wounds. I'll be okay.
Okay. All right. I'm glad to know you didn't go off with that building.
I would have been all right. You should see the other guy.
The building is the other guy. And he lost.
All right.
0 HP.
Well,
All right, so
okay.
All right. Well, I think I've made my point here. I'm gonna go wait with Robin.
And I'm just gonna kind of try to make my way out of the city.
You say that out loud?
Well, I don't.
I wish you could see how wide my eyes are right now.
I'm talking to Sammy. I'm not like shouting in the middle of the street.
I mean, theoretically, there could be any number of people named Robin. He didn't say Robin Hood. He just said Robin. And he was just talking to Sam.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna go with Rob in the forest.
Just keep digging that hole, Noah. Just here. You want me to? I'll mail you a shovel in Animal Crossing. You just keep on digging.
Okay,
this is why Grok went the other way.
No.
So the people in the street, when you say I'm gonna go wait with Robin, the people in the street kind of go from almost shock and horror, and they're just staring at you, just staring daggers at you.
Okay, so they look distressed. Is that what you say? They look distressed?
Nope, not anymore.
Well, what? What is the current situation? Do they see?
The current situation is they are
angry.
the entire town is looking at you very upset.
Okay, no, that's what I want to know. Good, because I haven't prepared exactly for this situation.
Oh my god.
Okay. What? Just what? What's happened?
I would like to cast Calm Emotions on the crowd of people.
What does that do?
You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. So that's, I guess, either me or where these people would be, you know. I'm assuming they're around me. We'll make a charisma saving throw. A creature can choose to fail the saving throw if it wishes. If you want to, Johnny, you can choose to fail it. If a creature fails its saving throw, choose one of the 2 following effects. I can either suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened, or I can make a target indifferent about creatures that they would be hostile towards.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to
townsfolk.
Yeah, I'm just going to group them all into one roll. Sylvester, what are they saving against?
13.
13, it's charisma.
Yeah.
It's a crowd of people, so they're just gonna have a 0 charisma. Okay. They have a 6. All right, what do you want to do?
I want them to just not be mad at me.
That's it?
I want them, I don't know.
Calm emotions has a specific thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, like that was the whole thing, is like they're not hostile towards somebody they would be hostile towards.
Okay. So you cast this spell, and let's just say this. You're going to cast this spell, and it's going to be almost like in Men in Black.
All right, everybody, I'm going to need you to look right here for a second.
So they are indifferent. They kind of just shake their heads and kind of just keep walking as if nothing really happened. So what are you guys doing? She's not healing you. You're just kind of standing in the middle of the street right now.
Yeah, like I said, I said what I said, and then I'm going to make my way towards Robin, where we last saw him, because I have caused enough
out of
damage.
The town.
Yes. I realized if I stick around, bad things are going to happen. So I'm trying to make it easier for my team to do whatever they need to do.
Okay, so you kind of just walk down the street, turn right, and then head back to where you last saw Robin. Sammy, what are you doing?
Actually, sorry. Before I walk out, I'm assuming Sammy is staying. I'm just going to hand her my bagpipes and just say,
just blow on this if you need something. I'm gonna
just kind of trail off and go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna head back to where Grok and Tricks is going.
Okay, so they went up the street and went around the corner into the alleyway. So Grok and Tricks, are you guys? What are you doing when you walk past?
So why did we not want to go help Sylvester?
He's throwing too much attention to himself for trying to keep a low profile.
He's not going to say anything else about it. He's just going to keep on going.
Okay.
So he's going to come up to the kinetic quadrant and just kind of look and see, like try and figure out like what it is by looking at it. Just like walking up to be like, what the heck is this?
You walk up to the front and there are there's a double door, a very large double door, and it looks to be made out of almost a rusted metal. And on both sides of the double door, there are lanterns that look like they're almost lit magically, but it's not magic. And then above the door, there's a large metal gear, and on the front of the metal gear, it just has a large K and a large Q.
Okay, so Grok is gonna just kind of look around the outside of the building, looking, just kind of casually looking around for an upside down shield before he's gonna try and walk in.
There is no type of upside down shield that you can see.
Okay, he's gonna kind of open up the door, or try to anyway, and peek his head inside.
So the door's not locked. It opens freely. And Tricks, are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay. You both walk into this door. It just looks like a huge laboratory. The inside of this building is all gears and cogs and steam powered everything. Like there's just steam tubes going every which way and leading through pipes that are coming out of the top of the ceiling. And then there's a small workstation in the back corner, and you see a very, very old man with white hair coming down the back of his head. He has a white, it's just like a white coat, a really long white coat, and blue jeans on and some boots. And he's facing the opposite direction.
Okay. Grok is just gonna pipe up. He's gonna be like,
excuse me, sir.
What? Yes? And he turns around and he looks at you, and he has very thin framed glasses, and on top of his head are green tinted goggles. Just wearing a tan button-up shirt, and on his left wrist is, your brain can't even understand what's on his arm. It's just like almost like a gauntlet, but it is brightly colored and it's just flashing.
I'm looking for the professor. Would that happen to be you?
Yes, I'm the professor.
Good. I was hoping that you could be of some assistance.
Of course. What can I do for you?
I'm gonna be gonna be honest with you. I know you're no friends of the Enchantress, right?
I have not personally gone up against the Enchantress, but no, I wouldn't say that we're friends.
Right.
And he's gonna kind of look around for a second, just making sure there's no one else around that could hear what he's about to say.
At that time, Sammy walks in through the door as well.
Okay, he's cool with that.
And she's kind of just taking everything in.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no one around.
Okay. So he's gonna say,
Look, I don't really quite understand what's going on in this, what's going on here, or who you are, but I've been told you're kind of in charge of this town, sort of.
I don't see it that way, but I guess other people do.
You seem like a trustworthy fella, so I'm just gonna tell you this. We're looking for something that could be used to help bring down the Enchantress, I think. We've been told to look for the King's Mark and an upside-down shield. Didn't know if that might mean anything to you.
Well, the King's Mark is everywhere, and upside down. I don't frequently go into the tavern here, but that seems like it might be something you'd like to look into. I know that their logo is kind of resembles that, but I don't know if it would be exactly a shield.
okay. Do I remember seeing the logo for the tavern? Do I
roll history.
Okay. 14.
You vaguely remember this place's logo, but you remember it as an arrowhead pointing up.
Okay. That does kind of look like an upside down shield. Sure. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. I might have to look into that.
Of course.
he kind of looks around for a second. It's like,
It's an interesting place you got here. What exactly is this?
Well, and he kind of looks around and he says, "What do you know about time travel?" Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been episode 6 of Keys to the Kingdom Origins. Remember, you guys can follow us on Twitter. We have a Twitter. It's at KTTKcast. There you can tweet at any of us and start a conversation. We also just started our very own Discord server. So if anybody's interested, again, in interacting with us, posting fan art, talking about spoilers, stuff like that. There's maps, there's character sheets, there's all this stuff. And Sylvester even has his own diary in this. And Noah, you've been doing a very good job with that.
Thanks.
So if anybody wants to join that Discord server, it's going to be in the episode description. The key to get in is going to be in the episode description, as well as we're going to tweet it out. So make sure you join the Discord server and jump onto our Twitter. Special shout out to Brittany J. Smith for our theme song.
Yes.
It is absolutely incredible.
So
we actually listened to the entire thing before we started recording today, and it's gosh, thank you so much, Brittany. You're incredible. You can find her on YouTube at youtube.com/Brittany J. Smith. And thank you to David Smith Jr. for the original score on the last episode and whatever he's going to do in the editing on this episode. Thank you so much. He is just an answered prayer in the editing field. He's very good at it. He has his own podcast called Podzilla. That's PODZILLA ! Where he talks about pop culture, and him and his co-host are absolutely amazing. And go check them out. It's definitely something that you're going to want to be a part of in that community. So I guess that's it. So signing off for now, I am your DM. My name is Johnny, and joining me today is
Noah as
Sylvester.
Rachel as Sammy.
Daniel as
Grak.
And Rebekah as Tricks.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a magical day. Bye.
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 We're from worlds unknown.